Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Final Fantasy XII, let's go through the trial mode, and let's show me stealing some of the nicer equipment in the game. We'll look at Ribbon first, then we'll look at Zodiac Spear, and then finally we'll look at Ultima Blade and Excalibur together. And this is such a different experience from what I'm used to Final Fantasy XII back when it came out on the PlayStation 2. But these are very challenging levels, and like the most thrilling, the most nervous I've ever been stealing in a Final Fantasy game. It's always funny to play different Final Fantasies and look at like what you know, they all share, you know, similar aspects, you know, status effects or whatever. But to see like which games focus on which aspects is really interesting to see the differences between them. And here in Final Fantasy XII, stealing in this trial mode is very exciting. Who'd have thunk it? But with the trial mode, you can go to a certain stage. We're on stage 49 here. And then I'm trying to get a rare steal from Hashmal, the boss here. And if I steal from him and I get the uncommon or the common steal, then that's it. I can't steal anymore from that boss. But if I quit out and I come back into the stage, I can try again. And I can basically repeat this until I get the rare steal, which will be the ribbon here. Unfortunately, my setup coming into the stage was all messed up. So every time I enter the stage, I need to kind of arrange it so that I can steal. Okay, so yeah, I gotta set up Balthier, gotta get him the right equipment. And Balthier here keeps missing the steal, so we'll keep trying. And there it is! Every time I get a steal of one of these rare items in the trial quests, like, I start hyperventilating. Because once you steal, then kind of the quest really begins. And then we have to fight these very difficult bosses. And if we lose, then we have to steal all over again. And then I eventually got 3 of these ribbons. I went through the trial mode 3 times, resetting it each time so I could get another ribbon. And so now I have 3 that I can put on my main party. And then there are a lot of status effects that come at us in this game, so having ribbons for your entire party is very, very useful. Trivializes some bosses. But here we can see that Fran has the disease status effect. Whenever she loses HP, that will become her new max HP. So I definitely want to use the serum to get rid of that and then heal her back up. But as we can see, I am struggling. But yeah, coming into this stage, I was not in a good place. And then the amount of time between this run here and then the later ones where I get the Zodiac Spear and like Ultima Blade, there's about a week or so time difference between them. And then the reason why I have not putting up Final Fantasy XII videos is because I've been kind of in this loop of going through trial mode and then beating hunts and then raising my levels and then going through trial mode again and just doing a whole bunch of stuff, none of which advances the story at all. So that's why the lack of videos. But with all of these things that I have stolen here, I have a lot of the best equipment in the game, so now I can get back to fighting espers, advancing the story. So yeah, should be more videos coming soon-ish. Alright, but it looks like I have stabilized my team a bit. So now we can start attacking the boss of Hashmal. And then once we take him down, then just the stage is over. We don't need to worry about taking down the 2 guys hanging out with him. But yeah, it's crazy. It's been crazy following the guide, the power leveling guide. I'll link to that below. But like, how anybody could like figure this out all by themselves? I've been following it to the letter, and I can't imagine not doing it by that way. Okay, so we cleared the stage there, we got the ribbon. I did that 3 times. And then here we'll be on stage 62. And this is to get the Zodiac Spear, which is like the best weapon in the game. It was available in the original Final Fantasy XII, but the way that you got it was different. And then the way here, it's kind of easier and harder. With the original game, like, it was very tricky and unkind to new players because there was a bunch of random, like, treasure chests spread around the world, like half a dozen. If you opened any of them by accident, it would just remove any chance that you had of getting the Zodiac Spear. And no way to tell if those treasure chests were different or not. But I did get it in the original game, and it was super strong. But the way that we get it in this game is that we steal it from this mantis-looking guy. So we go into here. I turned off my attack gambits, just so I wouldn't waste time on the bats. But now that we've stolen the spear, we can turn on the attack gambits again, and we'll immediately equip it. I don't know if you caught that, but it jumped from 75 attack power to 140, so that's almost twice the attack power on Bosch. And then when I get a chance, I'll change Bosch in. But if my current party, if they are targeting someone, or if they are being targeted by someone, then they can't change out, so I gotta wait a little bit. And then there are a lot of bats flying around. Their damage can, you know, build up. But Vaughn, he is a time mage, so we're going to use the warp spell. And that hits everybody, and there's a chance that it will just, you know, make the guys disappear. Instantly kill them. I won't get any experience points or anything for killing them, but just to get rid of them would be nice. And yeah, like, how many Final Fantasy games can you think of where warp is truly useful? But it was there in the very first Final Fantasy. Did the same thing, if I remember. But here in Final Fantasy XII, really useful. I'm pretty sure I never used this in my runs of the original Final Fantasy XII in the PlayStation 2. But reading the power leveling guide, you know, told me about how strong it was, how useful it was. So I did something very difficult and dangerous in order to get the spell. But yeah, coming in very handy here, and also other floors of the trial mode. Okay, so we managed to change in Bosch. He's going to cast Bravery on himself, raise his attack. And with Vaughn, we'll just keep using Warp until enough of the bats are gone. Yeah, but this Mantis is maybe the most difficult thing of this stage. But last year, I think it was last year, it might have been 2 years ago, I played Final Fantasy X-2, and in that game, putting status effects on the enemies is super helpful and useful. Not so much in this game. Not to the degree that it is in that game. Okay, so we took down the Mantis. Now we need to catch this rabbit, which is running around. And then I spent a while chasing it and just desperately trying to target it and attack it. And then I remember that in the guide, it said to use, or to cast Berserk on it. So with Vaughn here, let's go to the item screen, let's get the Bacchus wine. I haven't organized the order of this at all. There it is, Bacchus's wine. Okay, and then we'll cast it on the Vorpal bunny. And that will greatly slow it down. And then we'll just instantly kill it. Alright, and that's that. We got the Zodiac Spear. Alright, and then finally, we're going to go for the Excalibur and the Ultima Blade. And they are both in this one stage. We're going to fight these two Humbabas. And here my setup was much better coming into the stage. Vaughn already has the thief cuffs. I have some people that are sort of low on HP, and that was a problem. Sometimes the Humbabas would, like, kill me immediately. Yeah, like with Vaughn there. But, like, no status effects. Yeah. The Excalibur here in this stage, it is the rare get, so it is the better sword. But the Ultima Blade is like right behind it. And so if I can steal from these two guys and then get one from each, that would be great. Alright, so there we got the Ultima Blade. And we'll steal from the other Humbaba. And we got Excalibur, alright. So that was very lucky. Alright, and then we need to move over and get into battle mode. Alright, there they are. Ultima Blade, Excalibur. Both with attack value over 100. But the Excalibur is light element, so there are going to be some enemies where it does 0 damage. It will heal some enemies, so in that case then, the Ultima Blade will be better. It being elementless. Alright, but on Vaughn, let's get rid of the thief cuffs. Let's give him the ribbon. And all my main party has ribbon, great. So let's check the gambits, make sure we're all targeting the lowest HP guy. Just to focus on one guy at a time. And a little bit low on MP for Ashe, so let's give her a high ether. Pretty rare item, the high ether, but there was a leveling area where I could run through the same area many times, and then there were treasure chests in there that would regenerate every time, and they would always have ethers. They would sometimes have high ethers, so that's why I have a pretty good amount there. All right, let's adjust the gambits so we're targeting lowest HP rather than lowest max HP. That was kind of splitting up my attacks. Alright, there goes one Humbaba. And yeah, once I get the clear here, then I can go out into the real world and start using all of my crazy overpowered weapons and armor and stuff. But yeah, really enjoying the game in this way. It's an all-new way to enjoy it. And then you got the jobs on top of it, so yeah, even better game than I remember. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.